Hello, tiny humans, and welcome to Art at Home with Miss Wilkin. I know it's been a long time since we've seen each other and I miss you guys, but I hope that we can do our projects this way and we can still have a little bit of art fun even though we're not at school. So today we are going to talk about some shadow art. A shadow happens when something blocks the light from getting to the ground. So if you look at Miss Wilkin's hand here, the light is above it, right? Where the camera is, and my hand was blocking the light from touching the paper, so it creates that shadow. So this little paint bottle is blocking the light. So if I take another light, like this flashlight, and I move it around, I can make the shadow bigger or smaller, and I can move it around the paper. It depends on where my light is. This is something that you can experiment with all different kinds of objects. I just found a couple things in my art basket that I wanted to use. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at see what something like this would make for a shadow. It's big and it stands on its own, so I don't have to hold it, right? And it makes a pretty cool shadow on my paper. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask a friend to hold my light for me, and I'm gonna trace around my whole shadow. Now, it's kind of funny how I'm holding my arm because I don't wanna block my shadow. This is something that you're gonna need to practice a little bit, and you're definitely gonna need some help from a friend or a parent. If there's not anyone around while you're trying to work on it, you can always set something on the ground or go outside and find a shadow on the ground and put your paper underneath it and trace the edges. So I'm gonna make a couple more different shadows on my paper. I'm not really trying to make anything right now, and I'm just gonna draw right over top. I liked what my sunglasses did. And then I think that that's enough shadow. So I'm gonna take all my lines to the very edge of my paper like we always do. And I'm gonna look and see, I'm gonna flip my paper upside down and see if I see any pictures in the shapes that I made with my shadows. You can turn your paper around if you need to. All you're looking for is anything that looks kind of like a picture. So on the right side of my paper, near my pencil friend, I think that kind of looks like an alligator. Like if you're looking at an alligator from the top of his head. It doesn't look exactly like an alligator, but I think if I add a couple details and maybe some color, I can make it look like an alligator. So that's what I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna give him some eyeballs and a nose and some scales. And then I'm gonna look around the rest of my paper and see if I can find anything else that looks like something. So I did some mountains, I did a crown like a princess, I did a road, and here I did a little dog face, right? And then I can go in and add my color, which makes it look even more like the objects that I saw. Now, if you don't see any pictures when you're done, you can always just color in your different sections with different colors. It's supposed to look kind of crazy, right? So when you're done, you'll be able to see the different pictures a little better because of all the color. And I'm gonna color my whole paper, which means I'm coloring all the things that I drew and then all the space around them. So when I'm done, it looks like this. Now, I think this would be a great card to give to my friend because he really likes alligators and mountains. So I'm gonna make him a thank you card for being such a great friend. So I just take a marker and I write on top of my crayon drawing, and then I open it up and I can draw something inside the card. I can write a message. You don't have to turn your drawing into a card, but it would be a nice thing to do for somebody living in your house with you right now. Maybe your parents or your siblings, or maybe you can make something to mail to somebody. All done. I hope you guys enjoyed this project. I really can't wait to see what you come up with. Definitely send me pictures. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this break with your families and that you're staying safe and having a lot of fun. See you later, tiny humans.